Hello, everybody. Hello, Julie.
Hello, Carolyn.
Again, guess what day it is? It's Tuesday. You know that. And Julie and I are here, and we're videotaping another Carolyn Show from the lovely, renovated North Walpole Bridge Town Library. So, and it's a gorgeous day out here today.
Isn't it? Oh,
the sun is shining.
the sun is shining, yay.
It's a brisk wind, but with the sun shining makes all the difference.
It really does. It really does. Yes.
And in keeping with such a lovely day, we have a lovely set of books.
You do, and every single one, I think single one of these books are new for March.
Brandy new.
Yeah, that one we forgot to write the 3 on, but we will.
Yes, and this is a new one by Stuart Woods.
Lots of people are going to want that one.
Lots of people are going to want this one. And this is a Stone Barrington novel.
Ooh.
See, I always liked Stone Barrington until he hooked up with a woman named Arrington.
And if they got married, she could be Arrington Barrington.
They were contemplating marriage, Arrington Barrington. I thought, shouldn't they be giving her another name?
Right.
It just seemed foolish. But anyway, this is a good one. And here's a picture of Mr. Woods.
Ah.
Looking good. And this is A Safe House by Stuart Woods. A Stone Barrington novel.
Now, you know I'm going to ask you.
Yes.
Do you have to read them in order?
No.
No. Okay.
No. Stone Barrington and his New York homicide cop, recurring characters. And I'm not quite sure about Arrington, but I think she's still in the picture. But each of their stories stands alone.
Okay.
So I think you don't have to read them in order or anything. But actually, this is a pretty nice book to enjoy reading on either a rainy day when you're stuck inside, or if you, like me, love to read outside in the sun.
Yes.
It's a good book to read because it's not full of, you don't have to remember everything, but you get the gist of it. And actually, it's a well-written book. Stuart Woods is a good writer.
We have a lot of his books. He's written a lot of books.
He's very popular. So I would pick this up. And actually, I think I will. And this one is, Stone Barrington is looking for some quiet time in New York City. But that's not going to happen. So he's taking a top secret cargo across the Atlantic. Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
In what? In a boat?
Well, yes, it's a cargo. Ooh. So he's going to the English countryside. In the balmy beaches of Key West for this adventure. So I have a friend who goes to Key West for 6 weeks every summer. Every winter.
How nice.
And she loves it. And I envy her, and I think, why can't I go to Key West?
Because you have to stay here.
Because I have to stay here. Here's my
Carolyn.
Oh, gosh. Here we go. David Rosenfeld and my favorite dog, Tara. And this is another K-teen novel. And of course, it's it features Tara, the golden retriever, and Simon Garfunkel, the shepherd, and then there's a little Sebastian who's the basset hound, and it's all the same cast of characters, and a really good story, which always ends up in the courtroom. And of course,
the main character is a lawyer?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Andy Carpenter, who inherited a lot of money from his father. So he really doesn't have to work at lawyering, which he would rather not do. But because he has this discretionary income, he can afford to support a rescue facility for dogs. And his wife Laurie is an investigator, and they have friends who they call them the mob squad of older Jewish people who can do a lot of when you're trying to
surveillance.
They do surveillance, but they also do a lot of digging into stuff, and he supports them all, whether or not. Well, he doesn't like to work too hard. I mean, his life is filled with his adopted son and his wife and his dogs, but every once in a while he gets pulled into court, and it's always a very lively excursion into lawyering and police work, but mostly it's about the dogs.
Haven't you read every single one of his books?
Oh, I have. Some of them twice. And this one looks like, I mean, you can look at these adorable dogs. I mean, it's like he says, it's like humor with a sharp plot, and that's true. Mm-hmm. There's always a good plot, good mystery, and good lawyering, but I just love the dogs. So I can't wait to get my fingers on this.
Can't wait to get your paws on it. Oh, did you see what I did there?
Oh, Julie, you are getting so good. Okay, now here is Dolly Parton and James Patterson, and they've been making the talk show rounds talking about this book, which is Run, Rose, Run, and it's kind of it's a character driven. It's all about country music, which is which is always fun, and about this young woman who is trying to make it in the country music business. She has a wonderful voice, and she's a good musician, but of course she has a dark past.
Yes.
And of course there's a handsome hero who tries to help her, and then there's the older veteran country singer who takes Rose, although she's called Annie Lee, under her wing, and things start happening for her music-wise, and she's getting famous, and pops the terrible people in her life. Oh. So I'm not a great James Patterson fan, but they make a really good team.
Oh, and good.
It's really it's character-driven, well written, and you just get involved in the story right away. Mm-hmm. And it's very good. It's all about Annie Lee Keys, her wonderful voice, and her great musicianship, and then in the back there's a whole bunch of new songs by Dolly.
Oh, is there a CD with that or not? There isn't, is there?
No, I think that would have helped a lot.
That would have, yeah.
Because you can look at the lyrics, but I don't know how to sing.
I don't know what
But anyway, it's a pretty good story.
That's good to hear.
It is because there's a lot of pages, and actually it keeps your interest all the way through. Mm-hmm. You learn a lot about the business, the country music business. Because it is a business.
A business, yeah.
And it's a big one. But mostly it's you learn about the people who actually kind of drive it along. Not the big stars, but the people in the nightclubs, and who give young people a chance. So no, it's really
good to hear, because I too am not a James Patterson fan, but I'm a Dolly Parton huge fan. So I was so hoping you would give it a good review.
Oh yeah. She's I don't know how much she contributed to the actual writing, but I think she did most of it. I mean, it's truly it's just an absorbing story. Mm-hmm. So this is a good one.
Oh, good.
So, I really like this one. And Harlan Coben, The Match. Ooh. This kind of involves DNA and young people who were abandoned or given up for adoption when they were very young. They have no memories of their real folks. And the match is all about how you find your family through DNA searches.
Because that is happening more and more these days as people...
Because the technology it's there.
Yeah.
And, I joined like Ancestry, and every day I get an email saying, you have somebody in your family tree. Oh, really? I didn't know those people. But it was really very, very interesting how this young man, well, he's not so young, but he's when he was very young, he was abandoned in a forest. He had no recollection of how he got there, or what he was doing there, and nothing about but his real family and why he was there abandoned. And through a DNA search, he finds his birth father.
Wow.
Birth father. And really, really interesting.
Ooh, that sounds like something I'd be interested in too. Because of course, I'm adopted, and I did end up finding my birth family, but not with DNA. I had to do it the old-fashioned hard work way.
No, and this is really so delving into the technology of it, and I did very, very superficial DNA, trying to find my paternal grandmother, who was from Ireland. But I did find where she immigrated, on what ship when she came. So so it's a very, very interesting. And this is I just started it.
I can tell. I see your bookmark peeking out of there. Geronimo.
I get these from the American Indian Museum.
Oh, I always thought it was the same one every time.
Oh no, I've got Geronimo, and I've got Chief Joseph, and all of them. And here's a picture of Carolyn. So, and this is going to be
a Netflix series.
A Netflix series.
Ooh, the Netflix drama Stay Close.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have to check that out.
Yeah. So this is, I think, the second or third one that Netflix has adapted.
Yes, because they did Safe House, and then they did another one. I can't remember, but it was very good. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So like I said, I just started this, but it seems to be moving along very fast.
Well, he is a good story writer.
He really is. So this is a good one too. So, and for my oldie but good, I think what I'd like to do in the future is to do a little bit more nonfiction.
That's good with me. I love nonfiction.
Well, this one is The Heartbeat of Wounded Knee. And I think I have not, this is from 1890 to the present. So Wounded Knee was a massacre on the Sioux Reservation. And I read a lot about it.
And you are Native American.
Yes, I'm Blackfoot.
Yeah.
So I read a lot about Wounded Knee, and this one I'm really anxious to see what this author, what his take is on it. And so Wounded Knee was a massacre of a whole tribe by the U.S. cavalry for no reason at all.
Men, women, and children.
Children, yes. And so it melts history and a memoir. So I'm anxious to read this. I think this would be very good. Because Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee was also a very poignant edition and reportage on that massacre. And it's just, in these troubled times, and people warring with each other, I mean, if you read a good book about something you don't know, or people you don't normally come in contact with, it gives you kind of a place to start.
Exactly. Because if we just read about things we know and we just stay in our own little bubble, then we've lost out on a lot.
Right. So anyway, I am going to read this book, and when I finish it, I will review it again.
Good, because we want to, some books give a credible recounting and others don't. So I'd be very curious to see your take.
Okay.
That's your homework.
That's my homework. So I think this brings us to the conclusion of another successful Tuesday with Julie and Carolyn. So next week.
And we'll see everybody on Saturday.
That's right. Everybody
Sneak
on
peek Saturday.
The sneak peek Saturday.
Ooh, I can't wait to see what you're going to read. Oh.
Okay then. Well, so long for today. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you, Carolyn. Bye.